drumming. Do you guys know what this is?
I'm pretty sure I do.
Can you tell me what it is? You're gonna win everything because you're just not shy. You're just gonna clean us out.
I'm trying to think of how to say. Like, when you're like open hand, because most people play like this.
Yeah.
Play like this.
Yeah.
Open hands when you're like this, right?
You got it. Cameron nailed it.
Bravo.
Yeah. So it's basically like whenever you don't cross, you're playing open hand. So if you're on your ride cymbal, you're playing open hand. If you guys know the drummer from AC/DC, the newer guy, his name's Chris Slade. He has his hi-hat on his right side. So it's the same as his ride cymbal. So it's not always playing with the left hand. Some people say it's played with the weaker hand. But I used to be nice about this, and I said, you guys should try open-handed and check it out, and it's really cool. Now I'm just gonna be really blunt, and I'm gonna say, what I want you guys to do is commit to some percentage of your playing to be open-handed. Okay, before you leave today, tell me what percentage you're gonna commit to. And it could be 1% in your freaking basements, and you just, what I call, embrace the suck. Can you guys say that?
Embrace the suck.
Yeah, that's it. And what does that mean? That means you're doing something that's uncomfortable and you're not good at. Okay, can you guys close your eyes for a second? I'll do it too, don't worry. Imagine your future self 10 years from now giving you a massive high five. So it's 10 years from now, and your future self is looking at you and saying, you rock. You guys got that image in your head?
Yeah.
Okay, open your eyes right on. Now, my teacher, whose name's Don Famularo, he went open-handed when he was like 48 years young, after 37 years of playing cross. Okay? I went open-handed playing in 2002, after I'd been playing 17 years cross. Now, I used to just do this in my basement 1 hour a week, and I would just like get a tea going on, put on some CDs. Cameron, you know what a CD is, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's old school. Just checking, man. Just checking. Yeah, they're not that old school. But and I would just embrace the suck and just kind of play my weaker side, because I am right-handed. I'm very right-handed. So my weaker side is my left side. So that's one massive thing that's going to happen, is your weaker side will get better. And is everybody right-handed in here? Is anybody? Yeah. Doesn't really matter, but your weaker hand will get better, even if you just play a little bit open-handed, because you're challenging your weaker side to play. Yeah. So your weaker side's like on the hi-hat and the ride, and it's going to challenge it to work more than just hitting the snare. Okay. Now, what would be the other big revelation and advantage that is going to happen if you play with open-handed, like with the left hand on the hi-hat? You guys tell me, what do you think? So the weaker side's going to get better. Can you imagine having two right hands? Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Right? Because my left hand slowed, I felt slower on my weaker side, and I was always trying to do a lot of exercises and try to constantly work that. But as soon as I got it on the hi-hats and rides, I felt it lift up massively. And I always try to use as many areas of my life to work on my weaker side as possible. So one thing is, I put my mouse on the opposite side of my computer. So I'm working my weaker side. What is something else you could do with your left hand? Just in day-to-day life.
Brush your hair.
Okay, I can't do that.
Well.
But Sharon said wash your hair, but what else?
Brush your teeth.
Brush your teeth.
That's pretty tough.
Eat sushi, and I just have soy sauce down my face and my shirt. That's why I wear black. I don't care. I'm working my weaker side. What else? Writing is one that I could never do, only because I didn't want to make people wait. Because I'm way too slow and you can't read it and stuff. But that's a great answer, MJ. That's a
Fork.
Does anybody? Yeah, fork. Eating, just knife and fork and spoon. Can anybody write with their left side? Awesome. You're oh, cool. Well, okay. There you go. Can you write with your right hand?
A little, but like you slow.
I'm close on it, but so think of all these little ways in your life, like open doorknobs, stir coffee, just all these little things. You'd be amazed at how it affects your drumming. And that's what I call life through rhythm. It's these things in life that connect with our drumming, and these things in our drumming that connect with our life. Like the way you walk up a flight of stairs, and the way you talk to people, and the way you do the little things is how you get a drum. And what you get on the drum set is like working your focus, your confidence, your self-expression, getting uncomfortable. What is it? Embrace the suck. You shout it out. Don't be shy. What is it?
Embrace the suck.
Yes, exactly. That's really important. Go to where it's uncomfortable, right? So what's the other big thing that would happen to your drumming? What do you guys think? So the weaker side's going to get better. So let me ask you a question. Will you come up with ideas that you never would have come up with crossed?
The one thing I noticed when I used to experiment with it, like it's a new world. You're way less predictable in your playing, and
isn't that cool?
it makes you right away want to do it more. But I kind of gave up on it for a while. But I always remembered that when I would work on it, it would bring all these new things that was like better than what I already do, like in a way. Like,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Does anybody know the song 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover by Paul Simon?
By Steve Gadd.
By Steve, the great Steve Gadd. Cameron, do you know what Steve Gadd is? Okay, you gotta run home and YouTube and then come back. We'll wait for you. No, but do it when you or ask your drum teacher to kind of give you some cool stuff by Steve Gadd to check out. Do you know who Steve Gadd is? I'm just looking at the younger people. Yeah, a little bit. Cool. So so one of the greats of our craft, and he was. The story goes that they were trying to come up with a groove for this song by Paul Simon. And they're trying stuff. Paul's, it's his band, and he's like, man, it's not feeling good. It's like, let's just take a break and take 10, and we'll see if we can figure this out. And Steve Gadd did just what you mentioned, where it's just like, I'm just gonna mess around, putting my kind of, left hand on the hi-hat. It feels a little uncomfortable. Just gonna experiment, mess around. You will come up with things that you never would have come up with playing cross. So he just came up with this kind of weird idea. And the story is that Paul was in the control room, was like, whoa! And he couldn't even see him. He's just like, that's it. Keep doing it. Put the guitar back on, played it, and it's one of the biggest songs in history. And it kind of came from.
And is it like your left, your right brain is the most creative? I guess people say that your right side is one way and your side is the way. You leave your left is supposed to be kind of there's something.
It could be, it could be a bit of that.
I don't know, something that I heard somewhere.
Yeah, I like to call it the Jekyll and Hyde syndrome, if you will. Meaning that when I play with my right hand, and then I play with. Can you guys just try this on your legs? Just play like a we call these the go-around grooves. They make the world go around, right? Get the drummer face. Where's your drummer face? Okay, now flip it. Now you might not have ever tried this, flipping the beat to your left side. Okay, try it now. Doesn't it feel different? It's like, it feels the same, really? To me, it feels different. It's like it's just a different, it's like, imagine playing a guitar like this, and then you flip it like this. Right? It's like, ooh, it's just different. It feels different. You get a different tone from it. Do you guys know Kenny Aronoff? I keep talking about all these bald drummers. I don't know, Steve's, I told you the best drummers are bald, right? But he said, like, when he wants a grittier sound on the hi-hat, he'll just bring his left hand in because it's just a little different, yeah. So that's just a cool thing. Like if I'm playing with my right hand, there, it's just different. It's like, whoa, I just have that other kind of person. That sounds a little different. So I almost get.
Hello.
So I almost get, like another, just more to my palate. More to. We want more. You know, like less is more. This is more is more. Okay, I want you guys to walk away with more. One cool thing I noticed when I started teaching this. Is there any teachers here today? Well, Cameron, you're teaching your grandma, so that's one, right?
That's what I was kind of thinking.
Am I a teacher? Yeah, I guess I am a teacher.
Sorta.
Sorta, yeah, that counts. You can start charging her a bit of money on this. I'm just kidding. But when I started teaching this, I still played cross. Okay, so this was way back in the late '90s, early 2000s, and when I started teaching, so I'm playing cross. But when I was teaching, I'm like, okay, well, there's no hope for me because I've been playing all these years cross. So I didn't think I could really change. But I got my students like, okay, well, try the open, try this because I think it'll give you more options later down the road. So the students were like, learn like that. And then I'm like, all right, take it to the ride symbol, which is here. So they're like, okay, I got that down after a couple weeks, right? Okay, here we go. Right? You have that whole, you guys experience that?
Yeah.
The whole challenge of drumming. It's like, whoa, 4 limbs, 2 arms, 2 legs, right? But what I noticed, I thought, man, I'm really screwing up my students. Oh well, it's too late now. Okay, keep going. And what I noticed after a couple weeks was, this switch goes off in the brain, and it's like you just do it. I'm like, wow. And that actually inspired me to go a little deeper to it myself. So don't underestimate your potential here, like what you can do with your weaker side. A lot of people are like, man, I'll never be able to do it. My left hand sucks. Give it time. That's why I said imagine yourself 10 years from now, not 10 days from now, because it's not gonna be fun 10 days from now. You got to think way in the future. So what is the 2 things you're going to walk away with? You're going to walk away with a stronger, weaker side, and you're going to come up with stuff you couldn't have come up with in the same old way. That's the 2 things. Now, another really cool thing is, okay, let me ask you guys a question. Is playing cross wrong? I'm going to say that with, Dan, can you put an effect on that? Is playing cross-handed wrong? That was awesome, man. Give Dan a round of applause. He's amazing. I couldn't be here without it. Is it wrong? Yes or no? What do you guys think?
No.
No.
Name your favorite drummers. They probably all play cross, right? Neil Pearce, John Bottoms, all those guys, all play cross. So, but a really cool thing I noticed is, if you choose to play cross because you like the way it feels, you like the way it looks, whatever, I can't think of any more reasons. But you just kind of like it. Like, this is, can everybody do this in the air? Like, this is just, even the non-jump, yeah. Even this, can now play open-handed. It just feels different, right?
Yeah.
But this is a neat thing that happens. If you play open and then you go back to cross, you're way better at playing cross. So I'm not saying one is better. Do you guys know the 2 rules of drumming? You guys know the 10 commandments, right? So this is like 2. This is only 2. Do you guys know the 2 rules of drumming? Anybody?
There are no rules.
Give her a round of applause. Sharon got it. We just woke everybody up, all the flute players and ukulele players. Let's do it again. Wake up. There are no rules. What's the second rule?
Look at them, Ray.
Follow rule 1. You guys got it? Give a round of applause to the 2 rules. Don't forget it. So if you guys, like, I heard of a drummer who was left-handed and he kind of, I think his drum teacher told him to set up the drums and he set it up wrong or different than his teacher said. So he ended up playing, someone told me this, like, I think he had his toms going this way, but his bass drum was here on the right side. And he played the high with his left, but then when he'd cross over to play the right. Something, yeah, bizarre, right? Like, why not? You guys notice I have my toms. Wrong. Can you give me the effect in? Wrong. My toms are wrong. There we go. Damn, we gotta be a little bit quick on that. But you notice? I'm sorry, I got so many bad jokes, I'm not gonna go. But then the high tom's in the middle, right? Doesn't Annika do that actually?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, she got the high tom in the middle. So I just want to be really clear that I'm not saying do it this way. I'm not saying it's better, and I'm not saying don't cross. But the really cool thing is, once you check it out a little bit, and you go back to cross, Dan's like, he's gonna say wrong any second. When you go back to cross, you're actually a lot better. So I have a lot of students that I usually start people off open-handed, like playing both ways. And then if they choose to play cross, I'm like, wow, like they're crushing it. And I have a lot of students sometimes that come to me and they've got some technique challenges, and I'd like to maybe talk about some technique stuff today. One big thing is just letting the stick bounce and not pressing it into the drums. Do you guys like blisters when you play on stage?
No.
I hope you say no, yeah, because I used to have that. So you're 10, Cameron?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to get blisters when I was 10 because I would, can everybody squeeze the sticks if you have sticks? It doesn't feel good. And then I would press into the drum and it wouldn't sound terrible. And I just didn't know any better. Like I didn't have any teachers at that time. I didn't have my first lesson until I was like 21. So I used to squeeze the sticks, get blisters, and I just didn't know why. But if you play cross, sometimes this barrier here can make you press because you've got, your brain's like, okay, there's this thing here, I need to get that big snare sound. But if you play a little bit open and then go back to cross, you'll kind of find that disappearing a little bit, okay? So I want you to think of a number, a percentage that you're gonna commit to of open-handed, and it could be 1%. 1%. Do you guys know what percentage Steve Gadd plays open-handed? Maybe about 10%. Okay. Some guys 1 or 2. Like actually, Mr. Scott Atkins. Give him a round of applause. Sonar rep for Kennedy's awesome. Amazing drummer and amazing human being. But he was just saying, you're not even at 1%, right, Scott? You're at 0.2. Okay, we're gonna crank that up today, right? Now Steve Smith, who we've already talked about today from the band Journey, like don't stop. You know that song, Kim?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sing anymore, guys.
Yeah.
That's the last time, I promise. But he just started playing 100% open-handed, and he's 63 years young. So that's pretty cool. Kenny Aronoff, who we talked about today, I think he's at about 10-15%. So just get it up 1% or above. Okay? Embrace the suck. Do it in your basement. Whatever you got to do. Yep.
I'm really interested to see how you practice that yourself.
The open-handed thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great question. So, what's your name?
Jacques.
Jacques. Right on. Thanks for the question, Jacques. So, the first way is to. You want to come up and try this? Come on up and try it. Give me a round of applause, Jacques. There's a prize in it for you. There's a prize in it for you. Okay, don't worry. You don't have to do anything fancy. This is really simple. Check this out. So,
It's alright.
and this drums is gonna feel really weird. Okay, so we're just gonna play boom schmack, okay? So, anything you play cross-handed, right? Like, I've got this other hi-hat here. So anything you do cross, you just do it here. So all my stuff that I learned for all those years, I don't lose it, I just put it over here. So, okay, we're all gonna clap. So we're gonna be like the human metronome. We're gonna clap for you. Okay, you're just gonna play, so you can play that for us, right? You've been playing for, okay, so boom schmack, boom schmack. Everything's gonna feel weird, so just keep it simple, right? Over there first, yeah. Now, when you go here, don't try to play the same thing. Like you could try to, which takes time. I know for me it looks easy, but I have to fight and earn that of going like. And if you sound bad in your practice room, you're practicing right. Okay, if I go to your house, Cameron, or whoever in here, and I hear like, no, that's not good practicing. Maybe at the end, or when you're going through your songs or something, but you should sound like, like that, because you're going to the edges of where it's uncomfortable, right? So when you go, okay, so I want you to try the left, even just try to do that. Maybe no foot, let's just try that. So the point is, you do something, you try to keep the beat going, try not to lose the pulse, and try something simpler on the left side. If you just try to imitate your right side, you're gonna get really discouraged. Because, why? Because you're gonna suck at it. You're gonna be really bad at it. And you'll be like, oh, this open-handed thing is not for me. So all you gotta do, and we'll get anybody to try this too, is just play boom schmack, right side, and we're all gonna clap, keep the metronome going, and then over here, the minimum of what you can do is quarters. Okay? And then if you can, add that back. If you want to try it, go for the full thing. You don't have to. Just like keep it going and then go back to the comfortable side. You got it? So you're going comfortable, uncomfortable, comfortable. Okay, give Jacques a round of applause for volunteering. I don't think you volunteered, but come on up, man. Good to see you. Remember, you played really simple. Yeah, okay. There's a big prize in it for you, man. Don't worry, I'm bribing.
Prizes,
I'm
but
bribing you.
myself in the eye.
Feels weird, doesn't it? I said it was weird. Yeah, man, cool. So, okay, so let's like, boom, God, just really, maybe think of a song that you like, right? Can you guys sing the bass line? Okay, clap for Jacques. Like, metro, keep going. Prize if you do it, yeah. Yeah. Whoa! Whoa! Keep it going, keep it going. Yeah, keep it going. Yeah. Keep going, keep going. One more time. Yeah. How does it feel? Keep it going, don't talk. Don't talk, don't talk. Where's my bass line? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna end it on the count. Keep going, keep going. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job, Jack. Yeah, man. Remember, embrace the suck. It's gonna feel uncomfortable, right? That's okay. Okay, you guys ready?
Ready.
So let's play, let's get like maybe that going. Yeah. So wait till I tell you. Like anything you want. Cool. Wanna check out some of the other side? Beautiful, Ken. Good job. Where did that come from? That was awesome. Good job. So did you feel yourself like stretching like that?
Yeah.
Where it's like, whoa, I'm doing something I didn't even know I could do. Where did that double snare thing come from? Yeah, that's the point. It's like, so if you do that, you'll find yourself doing things you're like, whoa, where did that come from? Just like the 50 ways to leave your lover kind of group. So that's awesome, guys. So that's one way is like, just play but keep the pulse going. So I used to put on my favorite music and just